have two new leaked products from Fujifilm.
What?
It is official. On October 23, we will have two products from Fujifilm for the X mount. Let's talk about this now. Hi there, Tudor Matescu here. So Fujifilm just released a teaser on Fujifilm Canada Instagram account. So we have there a film that is showing us a small Fujifilm camera with a bump just like the X-T lineup and a new lens. Let's look a little at this leaked video. Okay, so here we go. We have a film dial on the new camera. We have here a new zoom lens, and look here, we have a new X-T camera. So let's talk about this camera because we have some leaked informations from Fujifilm rumors. So this new leaked camera, it seems that it will be Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III. I had X-T30 Mark II and I really loved that camera a lot, and I'm still regretting that camera, and I will tell you immediately why. And then we will have a new lens that it makes lots of sense having in mind the latest Fujifilm cameras that are released. We will have a zoom lens X-T30 to 33 mm according to Fujifilm rumors. So this lens will cover an ultra wide angle lens to a 50 mm equivalent field at the tele end. So a great versatile zoom for vlogging, for street photography, for everyday photography. What we are talking here. So this zoom, it will be really amazing because of the versatility. Because how I've said, in the Fujifilm system, we really don't have too many nice zooms, and especially Fujifilm zooms and small zooms that will make small cameras portable and easy to take on. Now, I have here Fujifilm X-T50. What is my take on Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III, having in mind that I've used X-T5 and now I have X-T3, and also I've used a lot X-T30 Mark II. First of all, I really do hope that Fujifilm will not lower the bar when it comes to build quality regarding this X-T30 Mark III. I really do hope that it will not be a plastic camera like XM5, and I do hope that they will keep the build quality from X-T30 Mark II. More than that, on X-T30 Mark II, you really had great manual focusing controls, and I'm really afraid that they will not include with the new firmware, because it's just about the firmware, the new manual focusing controls, the old manual focusing controls that were great and more on X-T30 Mark II. So X-T30 Mark II, I really regret it for a small, packetable, almost packetable camera that worked great with Voigtlander lenses and with third-party manual focusing lenses because it had great manual focusing controls. On X-T50, I don't have these controls. These controls are just on X-T5 now. And also again, X-T3 plus X-T30 Mark II, from my point of view, have the best manual focusing controls from Fujifilm. So regarding firmware, Fujifilm is not going towards a good direction, because also on Fujifilm X-T50 we have many bugs with the film dial. If I'm downloading my pictures, the camera, it is resetting my film simulation. And also we have many bugs on X-T50 that I hope that we will not see on X-T30 Mark III. But let's address X-T30 Mark III and what is the sense of X-T30 Mark III. Well, when I've bought X-T50, I was glad that I've got rid of the weight of X-T5, and it really mattered. It really mattered. It really made my Fujifilm experience more pleasing. It was more pleasing to me to take X-T50 with bigger lenses, with 18mm f1.4 and with all kinds of lenses, plus adding this grip that really offered me great ergonomics. So it mattered that the camera was smaller. But other than that, I was able to observe that yes, this camera, it isn't as small as XM5 and it isn't as small and as light as X-T30 Mark II. So in a way, yes, I was able to make my package smaller and more portable with different lenses, but overall, with a small lens, the Fujifilm X-T50 has some weight. It's not like X-T2S, it's not like X-T3, it's not like X-T4, it's not like X-T30 Mark II. So regarding weight and size, X-T50, it's a big jump compared to the older, more smaller and more easy to take cameras from Fujifilm. So this is Fujifilm X-T50, as small as it can be with a pancake Fujifilm lens. So this is as small and as light as it can be. But it isn't as small and as light as X-T30 Mark II. So X-T30 Mark II, as portable and as easy to take as XM5, plus having a tilt screen, plus having an EVF. So this is where X-T30 Mark III, it is winning a lot, because it will be as light as X-T30 Mark II, I do hope, and as XM5, plus having the EVF, plus having the tilt screen, plus having the 26 megapixel sensor from Fujifilm, plus having the X processor that it's offering on that sensor, fast and more accurate AF. X-H2S, the sports camera from Fujifilm. So the best AF that Fujifilm has. Let's take it short. Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III will offer you the best AF that Fujifilm has to offer, but without IBIS. Well, I really don't think that IBIS, it is crucial on the Fujifilm cameras. Yes, this is helping a little, but it's not crucial. It's really not crucial. It's not at the level of a Micro Four Thirds camera, and also I would say that it's not at the level of a Nikon ZF camera. So on Nikon ZF, I really do feel the IBIS. On Micro Four Thirds cameras, I really do feel the IBIS, where I feel that the IBIS, it's offering me few advantages. It's on Fujifilm X cameras, on Sony APS-C cameras, and also on Sony full frame cameras. So yes, we have some IBIS there, but it's like it's not. So not a deal breaker. Again, I would not look at XS20 or other cameras from Fujifilm with IBIS if you don't need it for videography or for all kinds of stuff. If you have a zoom with OIS, optical image stabilization, that Fujifilm has with the 15-45, and I do hope that with this new zoom lens they will also have OIS, you are bulletproof. So bulletproof. So this is why X-T30 Mark III, it really makes a lot of sense, and it will make me rethink my Fujifilm kit. And why is that? How I said, this is between X-T30 Mark II and X-T5. It's a great camera, and it can replace X-T30 Mark II and X-T5 and also X-T30 Mark III. I'm not saying not, but regarding the AF as X-T5, it has the same AF as X-T5 and as Fujifilm X-T5, it's under XM5. So XM5 and even older Fujifilm cameras with a smaller sensor have a more reliable AF, and I'm really loving a good AF. Because using Nikon ZF, using Sony A7C, going back to Fujifilm 40 megapixel cameras, I'm feeling that the AF it is slower, I'm feeling that the AF it's missing, and I didn't felt that with XM5. I didn't felt that with XM5. Yes, it's not much better, but I would say that the AF from XM5, so from X-H2S, from XS20, it is at least 20% better than the AF of the 40 megapixel sensor. So this means that all my Fujifilm lenses will focus faster and better, and more than that, the new Viltrox lenses will focus faster and better, and also 7 artisan lenses and third-party lenses. And these lenses are small, and they are offering me great image quality, and it's not just about the image quality. It's about the fact that they are covering focal lenses where Fujifilm doesn't have any lens. So this is totally replacing my 27mm f2.8, because it's an equivalent lens to 27mm f2.8. It is 25, but it is sufficient at f1.7. So this lens, it's a game changer for the Fujifilm system. On X-T30, the package, it's okay, but it's not at the level of a Micro Four Thirds camera like GX9 plus 20mm f1.7 from Panasonic. Let's take it like this. But imagine now X-T30 Mark III plus this lens. Yes, this lens is a little bigger than a Micro Four Thirds lens, but in the end it's an APS-C lens that it is competing, from my point of view, with full frame lenses when it comes to rendering portraiture at f1.7. It's ultra sharp, ultra versatile, and it's ultra light. On a lighter package with the latest Fujifilm AF, just think about this. And also, if you want to go ultra pancake, now you have the Fujifilm lenses, the 27mm f2.8, the 23mm f2.8, and now this zoom. So X-T30 Mark III, it is becoming the #1 platform in the Fujifilm system for someone who loves a small competent package. Boom. So here you go. Yes, in a way, I don't like that now I'm tempted to buy a new camera, again in the Fujifilm system, that unfortunately I'm betting that it will not have the great firmware of X-T30, Mark II. What I also hope that X-T30 III will have, it is the film simulations from the Xe5. If they put those film simulations, it's a step forward. But other than that, again, there are some bugs with this new firmware that probably I will address in other videos, but there are some bugs that are really ultra annoying, like using the film simulations, like losing settings of your AF box depending on how you move the camera, depending on how you change the manual switch dial from S to continuous to manual focus and so on. So many bugs with the new firmware, but this is a video for another time, so please subscribe for that video. But long story short, this new X-T30 III, it's really making me rethink my Fujifilm kit. And how is that? By the way, if you want to make better photos, you must know that it's not about the gear. It's about composition, it's about light, it's about seeing with your eyes and pre-visualizing the picture. So for this, I've recently launched a course with my techniques to get better pictures. So if you want to learn to make better pictures and especially composition, why not join my Photography Academy? To get access to my course, you must be subscribed to my channel and join my membership Photography Academy level. When you'll have that level, you'll have access to my street photography composition course, where I show you how I am making the pictures and where I teach you how to make the same picture. So I'm telling you why a picture is good and why it's working and why I've decided to keep it in color or to keep it in black. So you learn lots of tips and techniques if you are joining the membership program. And more than that, joining my membership, it means that any premium course that I will launch, you'll have access to it. So join now my TM Photography Academy by subscribing to my channel and hit the join button from YouTube. Now I'm tempted to do the following move. Sell my X-T50, get X-T30 II plus the new kit zoom lens that I really want, small, ultra versatile, so an everyday zoom lens from Fujifilm, made by Fujifilm. This is what I want. Next, buy Xe5. So Xe5 plus X-T30 III, I really do think it's a real great package. But Xe5 has another problem. It doesn't have any grip. So I really need to find a great grip for balancing those big lenses like 56mm f1.2, like 80mm f1.4 that are balancing at the limit but okay on X-T50. Now, on the other hand, if you want a more better and more sturdy camera from Fujifilm, there is X-T5. So X-T5 plus X-T30 III has much more sense than X-T5 plus Xe5s or than X-T5 plus XM5 that doesn't have a tilt screen, and then EVF if you are into photography. Again, I'm thinking especially at this segment, but if you are into videography, then I'll definitely get Fujifilm X-S20 or a camera that has some IBIS, because that IBIS will help you get more stable footage. But overall, XM5 with an OIS zoom or on a gimbal, you can get smooth footage if you know what you are doing. But overall, yes, IBIS is helping, especially in videography, but not in photography. So yes, I do feel that X-T30 III, looking at the lineup of the Fujifilm cameras, has much more sense than X-T50. And why is that? Again, is helping those users that loved small Fujifilm cameras like X-T2S, like X-T3, like X-T4, still have a small Fujifilm camera. Maybe Fujifilm must release also X-T4 Mark II to keep it in the same lineup, because X-T5 now it is heavier than X-T50 and it is almost as big as X Pro 3. And this isn't the big problem with X-T5. The big problem with X-T5 from my point of view, when looking very attentive of reviews, it was that X-T5 doesn't have any grip. This has some grip. This has some nice grip here. X-T5, it's ultra flat, so this will be a big problem when you'll want to put a WR lens on X-T5. So this is why I'm saying X-T30 III, it is a game changer, because it will have this thumb grip. Also, you can add a thumb grip, and also you can add a smaller grip or some grips that will appear, but being so small and being so light, you will still be able to keep the package small and light, plus adding fast AF. And if you want your computer to work faster, those RAW files, because you don't need a 40 megapixel files, then this is another great thing. So this is why I'm saying finally we have a camera dedicated for photography that will pair very well with other cameras dedicated for photography in the Fujifilm system. So the move, it is very smart, and yes, I'm very tempted regarding that Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III plus the kit zoom lens, and I really do hope that they will also put a kit with X-T30 Mark III plus the 23mm f2.8. What a great package. And why not make a greater package, X-T30 Mark III plus 30mm 33 XC zoom lens plus 23mm f2.8 XF lens, and you'll have an amazing everyday kit. Anyway, this is all the information that we have for the moment, and also I really do think that the price will matter. I'm really curious how more expensive X-T30 Mark III it will be compared to XM5. Now, if you are liking content like this, please subscribe now to my channel. Give it a like to this video. Leave me your comments. Use my affiliate links if you want to buy something from the Amazon and B&H. Also, check my blog for more reviews and more pictures with Fujifilm cameras and Fujifilm lenses. And what is free and it's helping this channel to grow, it is to watch my next videos. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.